Here we are, welcome back again. So we're back on the Follows and Bates 8-inch cut roller mower. So since last week, what have I been doing? Well, I've been fairly busy, so we'll go through what we've been up to. So firstly, we've had the cutting cylinder sandblasted and I've painted it. The roller's been sandblasted and I've cleaned up the handles. I did that with the angle grinder and a rotary wire drill. So we've got that done. The other thing we've been at, so I think last time I spoke to you, the machine was nearly stripped down, but I left the gears on the shafts. Now I was obviously quite concerned about not breaking them, so my camera lady's going to zoom in. Now that little wedge of metal there, normally I found the best way to get that out is tap the sprocket slightly back onto the shaft and it will loosen the key and you pull it out. But sadly, it was up against the axle and it wasn't possible for me to bang it on anymore. So what I did is I just had to sort of cut the end of the key off. And then from the back, I tapped the sprocket and luckily it came off okay. And again, with the cutting cylinder sprocket, that tapped off as well. So that came off as well. So that was quite good. So that didn't cause me too much trouble. The other thing is, which again didn't cause me too much trouble, which again was nice, the bottom blade screws came off. Now, normally these can be a bit of a sod. They don't always come out very easily, but they came off surprisingly easily. Now, I was hoping to reuse the original bottom blade, but as you can see, the camera lady's going to zoom in, that's it. It's a lip bottom blade, but it is actually very warm. There's not a lot of meat on it. And then when you look at the carrier, and I'm not talking about that line there, but if I sort of shade it right, you can probably just see it's slightly polished along there, which sort of suggests the cutting cylinder's been striking the carrier rather than the tip of the blade. So that sort of endorses that it is warm. So luckily, among all of my old stock, I've got another bottom blade, and again it's a lipped one. The camera lady to zoom in. Obviously the holes are in the wrong place, but I think, again, if I line that up, drill the holes, some new holes, cut it to length, fill the holes in, existing ones, I can use that. So I think that's going to sort that problem out. So what else have we been doing? Yeah, the roller. Now, as you remember, it's cracked badly. So the camera lady's going to zoom in and you can see what I've been up to. Now, I think it's as far as they've gone, so I've drilled little holes in the end of the crack to stop it going any further. Now, I was going to use an angle grinder with one of those very, very thin discs, but I think it would have sort of chopped into the roller too much. So I decided to use the good old Dremel drill. So here we are. So that's what I used. And let's see if we can find... Let's see, right, so this is what I used, and these little discs, what I did, they're very, very fine, and I started with 2 of them to get the first cut, and then when I sort of got the line, took it apart, and you might be able to see, there's 4 of them on there now. So it seemed to do quite a good job, and it was fairly easy to do. So I think the Dremel drill has come up trumps. I think the only thing I don't like about it is it reminds me of the dentist. Ouch. Anyway, so I've got to go out next week. I've run out of rods. I need some special rods for obviously welding this roller. So I need to get some of those. I'm going to do it with the arc welder. So hopefully I'm going to get some progress on that next week. Show you how I'm getting on with that. So that's the roller. I don't think there's any more cracks in it. I've had a good look, so I think that's the only one. Only ones. So that's going to keep me busy there. Now, the only thing that's really been sort of concerning me is what colour to paint it. I know it's a green, but the colour it came in was this very dark green. Now I'm going to get the camera lady to zoom in. Now I don't know whether you can see, but we've got some light green there by the roller carrier bracket. I think that's the original colour. So it is a difficult thing because the dark green, I think it would look better. And it would probably look a bit older. But the light green, I think, is the original. So I think what I'm going to do is probably do what's right. And that is paint it in that nice light green. So I'm going to go out next week and get some paint for that. I've got lots to do meanwhile, so that's going to be another little job. And yes, again, since last week, I'd like to thank Clive from the Budding Foundation. Very, very kindly sent me some advertising material, which is very useful. Clive runs the Heritage Centre Museum, and they've got a lovely gardening museum. They've got lots of lovely mowers going through the ages, well worth a visit. That's in Hassocks, West Sussex. If you're ever down that way, I've been, well worth a visit. Now, anyway, some of the advertising material that Clive sent me, which was nice, there's pictures of this mower with a box. It's a wooden-sided box and metal handles, so I'm going to have a go at some point making a box. Now, what it did say, this follows in Bate's roller mower. They did it in various sizes. Now, this one's an 8-inch. In the advert, it says 8-inch cut, 1877, £2.10. So for those clever YouTubers, viewers, work that out and tell me what you think that is. I think that's going to be a lot of money. £2.10, 1877. There you go. So I think I've almost done as much as I can do at the moment. There's plenty for me to get on with next week. Quite how far I'll get on, I don't know. But it will be either progress on the next video, or we might well be ready for a regrind. We'll have to see how we get on. But it's going to be one or the other. So anyway, I think that finishes the video today. I hope you enjoyed it. Till the next video. Thanks for watching.